There is some real beauty in unplugging from life. You know, in the modern world, we get so caught up in pursuing things, being busy with our pursuits, our projects, that we feel like just breaking away, just getting away from it all is too much of a luxury. And so we just grind and grind and grind and, absorb the stress. And we figure when it's more convenient, when it's more realistic, then we can unplug. But that doesn't really work out. Now, a couple of years ago, I ended up going camping with some friends. I hadn't been camping in quite a while, and I was pretty excited. But at that time, I was working on some music projects, pursuing it pretty heavily. And so before I left for the camping trip, I was feeling a little resistant. I was thinking maybe I can, charge up my computer and at least take it with me into the woods and run it dry. I was just thinking of a way to not have to interrupt the flow of things. But I realized, that wasn't really realistic. So I ditched all the electronics and then went out to the woods for a few days. And I remember the first day setting up camp, everything was all in place, and then just a big reality set in. I was like, okay, now I'm bored. This is terrible. Then I wished I would have brought in something to do electronically. But I settled in. And as the days went on, just the peace became more and more. And by day 3, I didn't want to leave. I was in such a deep place of peace that I realized that at the very core of our being is pure peace and pure contentment. I mean, that's really what lies beyond everything, the surface of life. Once we get beyond the daily grind, beyond the mind, we can just settle in, sit in a chair and be around the woods and just let nature do its thing. It is absolutely blissful and peaceful. And that was a real wake-up call because, we get so caught up in being productive. I mean, we really can become obsessive about that and feel like if we're not being productive at all times, we're losing an edge. But then when we do finally break away and say to hell with it, we realize that was the wrong mentality all along. We realize that breaking away is the very best thing we could have done. And so I'd encourage you not to get too caught up in the grind and being fearful of letting go once in a while. Just escape into the woods, go to the beach. A lot of options of just dropping life, dropping all your productivity, all your projects, all your efforts, and just be. And it's really about the ultimate reset in life. It really refocuses you. It's not that you can't, get right back to your projects after you're done, but then you'll see that you were kind of bustling around with your head cut off, making things out to be a lot more important than they actually are. It's good to be productive, good to have your projects, but breaking away is really priceless. And so don't be afraid of that. Don't have a fear of unplugging from life for a few days and just letting it all go. It can all wait. Your peace can't wait. You need some peace. I think peace is a human requirement. And so we can't just continually stuff it down and never just, forget everything else. So that's my recommendation is, just whenever you're feeling stressed, don't feel like you need to continue to stress. Just unplug. Be spontaneous. Get out in the woods. Do something nice. Maybe grab some friends and say, hey, we're going to get away from it all. Don't bring your computers. We're not going to be on social media for the next few days. It's an absolute beautiful reset. That's what we need. And we need it fairly regularly.